The grand jury is stacked against Negroes. The press, the radio, the television, and the newspapers are stacked against Negroes. But please, the Los Angeles Police Department is stacked against Negroes. He is stacked against all Negroes, all except those whom he has appointed to high positions. The controlled press, the white press, inflames the white public against Negroes. The police are able to use it to paint the Negro community as a criminal element. The police are able to use the press to make the white public think that 90% or 99% of the Negroes in the Negro community are criminals. And once the white public is convinced that most of the Negro community is a criminal element, then this automatically paves the way for the police to move into the Negro community, exercising Gestapo tactics, stopping any black man who is on the sidewalk, whether he is guilty or whether he is innocent, whether he is well-dressed or whether he is poorly dressed, whether he is educated or whether he is dumb, whether he's a Christian or whether he's a Muslim. As long as he is black and a member of the Negro community, the white public thinks that the white policeman is justified in going in there and trampling on that man's civil rights and on that man's human rights. Once the police have convinced the white public that the so-called Negro community is a criminal element, they can go in and question, brutalize, murder unarmed, innocent Negroes.
I show you these images not only to remind you of the senseless killings that are taking place in the African American community, but to also show you it's no coincidence that some of these images are a direct correlation of those during the Civil Rights era. But I also bring you these images because, like the families of some of the slain victims who haven't received justice for their loved ones, I am reminded on a daily basis that I too am voiceless along with countless others. I ask myself, when will Black America wake up from this foolish sense of contentment? Oh yes, we are waiting for a short moment and give the perception of enrage, the perception of solidarity, and a perception of disdain. But after that moment has passed, or a new episode of your favorite reality show, basketball, or song comes out, we'll lower back into a sense of complacency with our everyday lives, and the voiceless are again left alone in silence, while the masses continue with their lives, shamelessly content because it didn't happen to them or their family members. It seems as though we are either waiting for the government to protect us or some mysterious force to fall from the sky to bring a stop to the ongoing racial as well as self-inflicted genocide that is taking place worldwide. There's a new thing going on where people are saying, I want to give you your roses while you're here. Why can't we have the same sentiment for the black community as a whole? So instead of waiting for another innocent man or woman to die, let's give each other our roses now. Let's be proactive in our approach. Let's keep that same energy of outrage and disdain to not only ignite but also unite the masses. Because not only have here in America are black people in a constant state of peril, but this is happening worldwide. And if we don't keep our foot on the gas, we will soon be enslaved and continue to be treated like shit. No, I'm not the only person feeling and thinking this, so I humbly ask of you that are like-minded, share this with other like-minded individuals so that we can bring a voice to the voiceless and unite them so our thought process can be heard as one singular voice like a lion's roar that can be heard across the world.